Hello, my name is Katerina Jurjevic, and the skill that I learned during the semester was how to read a river map. To keep consistent throughout the video, I chose one river map to evaluate. The river map that I will be referring to is in the San Juan River Guide, Montezuma Creek to Clay Hills Crossing by Lisa Kearsley. During this video, we will evaluate components to a river map, symbols and markings, reading contour lines, and you will see actual examples of myself reading a river map in person on the San Juan River. Components to a river map. There are two different components to a river map. First, you have the map key. And you will be able to distinguish it because it will provide you with the information on the markings and symbols that you will see on the river map. And then you have the river map itself. Symbols and markings. For this portion of the video, I will be referring to the map key on the left. I got it out of the book. I felt that it provided excellent examples, and I will be talking more about what the symbols and markings mean. Once you understand what each marking represents, the river map is straightforward. The rapids in this book are listed with 3 horizontal lines or more to indicate the class of the rapid. Larger rapids are classified and named to help identify them as you are on the river. As you can see, we have Ledge Rapid. That is the name, and then we have 3 horizontal lines, which indicates that it's a class 3 rapid. In case you are not aware of what a rapid is, according to Western Water Expeditions, rapids are formed when running water moves swiftly over a shallow bed, around and over obstacles, or is constricted by narrow walls. Each of the classifications contains one or any combination of these. And this is also all due to slope and elevation changing fast. When I rafted the San Juan River, I utilized another book as well to tell me how to run it instead of scouting it. The other book that I used gave more mile-by-mile specific information, and it was called The Guide to the San Juan River, Montezuma Creek to Clay Hills Crossing, Utah. 4th edition by Dwayne Whitus and Tom Martin. I apologize if I got either name incorrect, but it stated more things like follow the line left and rock center, which told me that there was a giant rock in the center of the river that I needed to avoid and to follow the line on the left because it was the better path to take. Then we have river miles. Right here there's a couple. The river miles are mile markers and they are indicated by the mile number in a circle. Then we have riffles, which are 2 horizontal lines, and it's essentially a baby rapid. It's pretty much running water. And we have drainage. And drainage is where excess water spills into when it rains. You need to be cautious of them during monsoon season to avoid flash flooding. But on the opposite side, they are turned into beautiful waterfalls during this time. And then we have the highways, dirt roads, and trails in case you want to hike. We also have the extra difficult at low water warnings. And you need to know this to avoid getting stuck, because if you do, you will have to get out of your raft and drag it to deeper water. The San Juan is extremely dangerous even at low water because of the sediment that runs through it, and you need to be cautious of entrapment. Even if it's running at 1000 CFS, you still need to be cautious of drowning because your foot could get trapped underneath boulders and pull you down and you could drown. And then we have campsites, which are indicated by triangles that are shaded in. The darker it's shaded, with more of a shading, the bigger the campsite. And this will help determine where you will stop and when you will stop, and based on your group size. Now, this is more a part of the etiquette portion of rafting versus like the survival aspect, because if you have 2 people and if you stop at a large campsite and set up camp, it takes away from other rafters and they won't be too happy with you. So pick the proper campsite for the amount of people in your group. And now onto the fun stuff. Reading contour lines. According to REI, contour lines are important to help you identify where you are at. First, I'm going to talk to you about contour lines, which is a line of constant elevation. Elevation tells us how high above sea level the canyon is. We can tell this by the numbers stated on the river map. As we can see in the example, the contour line is at 5,300 feet, and we know feet because of the singular apostrophe mark. Then we have the contour interval. Kearsley states in the San Juan River Guide that the contour interval for this map is 100 feet. Contour intervals are lines that show a change in elevation. Kearsley states that the closer the lines are together, the steeper the slope, and vice versa. The more spread apart they are, the less of a slope that you will see. Over here, we can visualize what a slope would look like on the map versus a side view. We can identify that we are at Fallstrand's camp for multiple reasons. The first reason is the distinct wall in front of us. Now, on the river map, we can identify this by the contour lines in each. Since the lines are tightly knit together, it's showing that it's going to be steep and at a high elevation, and that is exactly what we are looking at. The next key clue is the running water in front of us. The water isn't exactly a rapid, but it is moving quite fast. And then we also have the drainage site, which we hike to in the morning. And then lastly is the actual campsite itself. We can tell that it's a nice clear area for a large party to be camping at, hence the shaded in triangle.